Don't be afraid to let people go. I used to be in a position where I'd have friends who were unsupportive, who didn't help me, who wanted to just make me feel worse about myself at my expense, and therefore I'd feel worse about myself. And the reality of this is that these people don't truly want you to do the best for yourself. These people don't truly want to see you succeed. These people don't truly want to see you do good in something new, do good in a different habit, do good in something different towards them, because they know if you do better, they're going to have to compare themselves to you, if that makes sense. And I fell into the trap of believing their thoughts about me. I fell into the trap of listening to what they said about me and judging myself off of that. Judging myself off of how they thought about me, not how I thought about myself. And therefore, I just felt negative about myself. I felt bad about myself. I felt a lot of insecurities about myself, if that makes sense. Because everything I'd done in their eyes would be bad. Everything I'd done in their eyes would be wrong, be stupid, be weird, if that makes sense. And we're meant to be friends. We're meant to be lifting each other up. And on my end, I'll be positive towards them. I'll be trying to provide a good experience for them, trying to make it a good time when we're out or when we're in situations and scenarios. And the reality is, it would never go the way I wanted, and I'd feel drained of my energy after. I feel drained after hanging about with my so-called friends. How mad is that? I feel drained. I feel negative. I feel more negative after. So, don't be afraid to let people go. Don't be afraid. There's a lot of people in your life that you're going to have to let go during your life. There's a lot of people in your life who you're going to have to say goodbye to because they don't help you and because they don't serve you in the way you want to be served, if that makes sense. They don't have a positive impact on you as a person. They don't help you grow. They don't help you be better. They don't help you be who you want to be. And the reality with this is that you need to let people go like that, because if you don't, it's going to have an effect on you. If you're constantly hanging around these people who are giving into easy, bad habits and also making fun of you, also making you feel worse about yourself, how is that going to benefit you and how is that going to help you? And I think you know the answer. It obviously isn't, It obviously isn't. And I'm not saying this to be a prick and say you've got bad friends or whatever, but evaluate what friends you have. Genuinely evaluate who you have in your life, what friends you have in your life, how they treat you, how they act towards you. Because I only had this group of friends. I only had these people in my life not too long ago, and I would just hold my happiness on how they treated me, essentially, especially when we were out together and all that. Even when we'd be out in clubs and all that, they'd be acting weird. They wouldn't be dancing, they'd be in the corner, they'd be making fun of me for trying to dance and trying to speak to girls and shit. It's weird. It's weird. But the reality is, these people shouldn't have value on how you feel about yourself. They shouldn't hold the value of how you feel. You should hold the value of how you feel about yourself. You should hold the value of how you feel about yourself. You should hold the value of how you look at yourself, how you feel about yourself, what you do for yourself, if that makes sense. These people are just going to take away from you. And the reality is, if you start doing good at something, if you start succeeding at something, they're going to take away from you time and time again, and they're going to make fun of you because of it. If you're doing something that they can't do and they're insecure about and they have no confidence to do something for, they're going to make fun of you about it. And I was a prime example of that. Say I'll go up and speak to a girl, they'll be making fun of me, like, why did you do that? Why did you do that? Oh, I don't understand why you do that. Oh, why did you say that? And then they'd laugh at me because of it. And I'd end up getting some results and they'd laugh at it. It was weird. It was a weird scenario, but it went further than that. They made me feel negative about myself after being around them. They made me feel real negative about myself. And it just wasn't nice to have a friend group like that, if that makes sense. And now I've let them go on a mutual way. It was a bit of them done stuff to me and I done stuff to them. We let go on a mutual way. And now I feel so happy and so grateful for who I am and what I'm doing for myself, if that makes sense. I'm happy in myself now. And there's more people in my life that are better than them, if that makes sense. But it's important to understand it's not always a negative if you let people go. It's not always gonna be a negative if you let people go. It's more so how you act after what's happened. It's more so how you feel after letting them people go. It's not about these people. It's about you at the end of the day. And that sounds selfish and all this shit. But it is about you. It's about how you feel in the scenarios with these people, because you've only got your brain. You've only got how you feel about yourself. And if these people are making you feel worse about yourself and making you not enjoy being around them, which is what friends are meant to be for, they're meant to support you, they're meant to help you, they're meant to make you grow and make you feel better about yourself, essentially. If they're making you feel worse, just get rid of them, man. Keep your distance from them. And it's sad. It's sad, don't get me wrong, it's sad, especially if you've known them for like 5, 6, 7 years, like I did. But the reality is, I know on the other side, there's so much more growth in comparison to me keeping them in my life, if that makes sense. If I keep them in my life, I'm not going to grow anywhere near as much as if I took them away from my life and started working on myself. So, the value in this video is, if your friends don't serve you, if they're taken away from you, if they make you feel worse about yourself, you got to let them go. And it's going to be hard. It's going to take a lot of courage to do so, but understand that the growth on that side is going to be so much more exponential. It's going to be so much more greater if you let them go. But whereas if they're good influences on your life and they help you grow and they help you be better, keep them in your life. But if they're negative, if they're horrible, if they make you feel worse about yourself, like in my case, I have people who make me feel worse about myself all the time. Every time I go out with them, just take it out on me and make me feel worse about myself, even when I was doing things that take a bit of effort and courage and a bit of confidence to do. They take the piss out of it because they knew they couldn't do it. You need to let them go, and you need to take a step back from them and start growing on yourself. Start understanding that you need better people than this in your life, and that's the reality. I hope you lot got some value in this video. Thanks for all the love recently. I'm so grateful, I'm so thankful, and there's going to be more content coming soon. Like, comment, and subscribe. Thank you.